I think more so than any other area, peak risk. I mean, Florida is driven by supply and demand, right? I mean, it was a problem for quite some time. And I think in recent years with meaningful reinsurance rate increases, and in part due to that, positive impacts of legislation reform, which is still working through, but positive so far, the supply side has outpaced the demand. So especially when you're considering like increasing issuances of cat bonds, that's adding more to that market in general too. But we're really starting to see rate relief in the middle, the top of those programs in 24. It's part of the market where I think the reinsurers have moved to get away from that first layer that's caused a lot of that angst and pain over the years. But however, when you look at the reinsurance towers, I mean, the bottom of the programs, there's still supply, but you've got to pay for it, right? So the rates they're pretty strong still. So in 24, we had 2 landfalls, as we know. I think they weren't as large as we thought they could be. But having said that, each reinsurer who's involved in those programs or third-party capital, they've got to reassess themselves. I mean, most programs were impacted, right? Either from Helene or Milton or both. So therefore, I think if you look at that exposure, that lower risk, those rates are going to stay strong. In fact, I think they'll probably even go up some. When you look at the middle part of the tower and the upper part of the tower, those are closely tied to the broader cat market. So when you look at the broader cat market and what's happening around the globe, Florida will probably track closer to that. But those lower layers, I think we're going to still see that are working. We're going to see more price. So in 24, I think that Florida is projected to see some growth. I'm sorry, in 25, we'll see some growth. New companies have entered. We've already seen that. I mean, Citizens is reducing their policy count. It might fall below 1 million policies. It's hard to say. But, we expect there'll be a considerable amount of new open market limit in 25 into Florida. And the question is how rational and responsible are those markets that enter?